Greetings everyone on this Independence Day. This is update number 8 for applications of selected advanced statistics. Your instructor is back once again, and this is near the end of week 4 for the class. And I don't have too many topics to address, so this shouldn't be too long. You have more important things to be doing anyway on this July 4th, like spending some time with family. Don't spend all the day working on statistics. There must be better things to do. Your unit examination was scheduled for Wednesday. This is the second examination, and I have posted the results of the first 2 unit exams on Blackboard in the assessment area. You can see your raw scores for both exams and what the T-scores were for both. The results were a little bit better than what I expected they would be. There were numerous very excellent scores. There was a 29, a couple 28s, a couple 27s, so some very, very good scores out of 30 items. So congratulations are in order. And unfortunately, there were a few scores that I'm sure will be disappointing to a few of you in the class. The class is not over with yet. There still is an opportunity to improve your performance for the final unit for the class in these last few days of the summer session. I have posted, and I'm not sure it's going to be big enough for you to be able to see, but these same results are posted on Blackboard. But you can see that the examination for the second unit was a little bit higher mean value, 23.67, than what it was for the first unit test, which was 22.95. The course is indeed winding down. We only now have approximately another week and a few days. So there's still quite a bit of content that remains to be presented and discussed, and in this final unit for the class there will be information regarding the topics of correlation, regression, analysis of covariance, and non-parametric statistics. Those non-parametric statistics include chi-square test, goodness of fit, and chi-square test of independence. You're going to need to depend upon some material on the course website for your reading. All of the information is not found in Graviter and Waldau, and unfortunately the information that is found on Blackboard that's not Graviter and Waldau is not the easiest reading. It's not as clear as what I think the authors of our textbook have done in presenting information regarding statistics. So do the best that you can, and because there's a good deal of information that's included in this final unit for the class, what's important for you is to focus on the major points regarding these remaining topics. The computer programs for this last unit, this final unit for the class, should run without difficulty, and you should contact me if you do experience problems. There's a file that's provided for you which will help your interpretation of correlation and multiple regression. This information is found on Blackboard for you to review. Every one of you now should be well along with the class project. And if you are experiencing problems, please contact me or please contact Sonia. We'll do the best that we can to provide you with some suggestions. The mixed model ANOVA may represent a problem for you for analysis if you are using SPSS, unless you happen to have some additional resource power with this program. The regular version for SPSS does not include a mixed model analysis of variance. It is possible, however, with the Vassar-Stats to be able to run the mixed model ANOVA. Projects are due on July 10th. That's Wednesday, July 10th, and you need to submit those to me electronically. And the name of the file, and it should be a single file, must be yourname.doc. And if there's a collaboration that's involved, if Smith and Jones are working together, you should put smithjones.doc so I can see the names of both individuals that are involved with the project. If you are going to be submitting electronically, be sure that all tables and so forth happens to be in a digital form. And if you're going to be writing it out, you need to scan it and then import it into your Microsoft Word document. What I'm planning to do is to electronically make comments on your document and then return it, and hopefully do this Monday of the week right after the end of the summer session. Make sure that you double space. Do not single space the document. Double space the document. And you can check with the journals that happen to be in the area that you read most often, the research literature. And I'm not saying that it has to be a certain format, but it should be a journal format and double spaced. Be absolutely certain to include descriptive statistics, and I mean means and standard deviation for all of the main effects. And if you have a two-factor analysis of variance, you have means for rows and standard deviations for rows. You also have means for columns and standard deviations for all of the columns that are involved. I'm not so concerned about having cell means and standard deviations unless you happen to have a significant interaction that you are trying to interpret. I want a title page with the name or names of the authors, plus the option that you have selected. And I want you to begin the results section with a paragraph that is related to what the purpose for the study happens to be. Follow the format that's suggested in the assessment area of Blackboard. I have a section that's for project options and then sample results section. This will give you an idea of how to set up the tables. You should be including eta squared when it happens to be available. You should know how to do the computations for the eta squared for most all of the different types of analysis of variance. The data for the options are found on Blackboard. Don't create your own data or don't look for some other data. Use the data that are supplied because I know what the answers are supposed to be with that data. You can use either SPSS or Vasterstats for your data analysis. Either one is fine as far as I'm concerned, and you should be getting the same results if you set it up properly. The rationale for the Vasterstats use is that it's a free resource and it's online too. So anytime you have internet access, you can run the different types of ANOVAs using Vasterstats. And you don't have to spend the money, and then SPSS is rather expensive. It's approximately $150 to $180 for the very basic statistical program. It's a pretty expensive product especially for graduate students. We have just zoomed through this summer session. We're at nearly the end of week number 4 with only one more week to go. I'm just wondering how it's been possible for this time to fly by so quickly. And when you keep your nose to the grindstone the whole time, it really does go pretty fast. There's plenty to do to keep yourself going for this class, and maybe for a life filled with other responsibilities too, and that's usually the case for most students that are enrolled in the advanced stat class. What remains? We have the information for unit number 3, and that includes a quiz with multiple attempts on Wednesday and then Thursday until noon, after which time you can review the missed items. And then we have the unit examination on the last day of class. Project is due next Wednesday. And of course, when it's all done, it's time to celebrate. And we have a celebration today. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day to each and every one. Enjoy. So long.